the We Knew the Moon podcast, where we love all things empath, spiritual, witchy, unexplained, and spooky. Hosted by me, Dee Safier, co-founder of the Goddess Temple Twickenham, and joined by lots of special guests. Hi there, everyone. This is Dee from We Knew the Moon, where we love all things empath, spiritual, witchy, unexplained, and spooky. So I'm really excited that we've got Sareta back. She was here last episode for Creepy Houses. So welcome back, Sareta. Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
So you are a content creator, podcaster, a blogger. You're an award winner, and you are just absolutely fucking fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can find Sareta on Instagram and a bunch of other platforms at Hey Sareta. So I'll put links to all of her places in the show notes. So do follow her because honestly, if you need a laugh, she makes hilarious videos. She's got the most adorable kids I've ever seen. They're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, if you want to watch this video, go along to our Patreon. Because for season 4, if you sign up to Patreon for any amount at patreon.com/We Knew the Moon, then you can watch the full unedited videos of season 4 episodes. Wave to the Patreon, people. This episode, it is going to be over to you, Sareta, to present your topic to me. So over to you. What are you covering today?
So today, my lovely, and hello, gorgeous listeners, I am presenting Superstitions.
Ooh.
Now, I had a really good song that I was going to sing because it's been in my head since I've been talking. But because of, laws and stuff, I'm not going to sing the amazing Stevie Wonder
Very superstitious. No more, because then we have to pay.
No. Yeah, exactly that.
Now we all have that song in our head. Yeah.
We do. And it's the perfect song to have in your head while listening to this podcast episode. So, I don't know about you, Dee, but I do know I'm quite superstitious. I am quite superstitious. I never used to be, but then as I got older, it's like people would be like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, because So I think I am quite superstitious. It's almost like avoiding doing those things just in case.
Just in case. That's it. Hedging your bets. Before we started recording, we were just having a little general chit chat catch up, weren't we? And you were like, do you know how many times you refer to superstitious things and superstitions? Right. And I was like, oh my God, maybe I am very superstitious. But I think it's that I don't know whether these things are true or not, so I do them just in case.
Right, because there's no harm. Like, there's no harm in doing these things just in case. You could just totally risk it and get into trouble, or you could just live like me, Andy, and just be like, I'm going to avoid that just in case.
And I think some of them, like religion, you'll probably cover this, but like some of them, like religious practices, were based in safety or hygiene issues, like walking under a ladder. It's just a stupid thing to do.
But you don't know what's above that ladder. Exactly. Like, I don't like walking under scaffolding. And I'm like, because, something could drop from up there and just end it all prematurely.
So some of them I think of as a safety issue.
Yeah, why not? So the actual definition of a superstition is a belief or notion not based on reason or knowledge in awe of the ominous significance of a particular thing, circumstance, occurrence, proceeding, or the like.
Right. So I think the key there is not based on reason.
Yeah, not based on science.
Fact, exactly.
Or proven things. I guess proven things would be science, wouldn't it? Like, Yeah. So there are, when I was doing some research, obviously like I said, I am quite superstitious. There's things that I don't do. I don't know. This one didn't come up. There's one of the things I don't like to walk on 3 drain covers or manholes in a row. But I don't know where that comes from. A friend just told me, like, when I was back in school, and I haven't done it since, I might even like start and then get to number 2 and I'd be like, I'm gonna have to jump over that one now, aren't I? Because I started off thinking it's fine, I'm gonna ignore it, but then I get to the what if, so I jump over it, or sometimes I just walk around the whole thing. But yeah, there's quite a few things that I do. So I thought I'd start off with common superstitions that people have heard of. So, number one, you've mentioned it already. Don't walk under ladders. Now, my reasoning for that, or my thoughts around this, was again safety, like you said. Like, you don't know what's going on top of that ladder. Even if no one's on it, the ladder could fall on you, a gust of wind, right?
Yeah.
A gust of wind could end your life. Or there could be someone painting up there and they happen to spill their paint. Tragic. Yep. Outfit ruined. Or the can of paint could knock you on the head. So for that very reason, anyway, I'm like, safety first, let's avoid ladders. However, there is historical reasoning for this. Back in the olden days.
I was just thinking, how old are ladders? Fairly old, I suspect.
People have been making houses for years. They may have, made something, and the original ones are made out of wood. So yeah, I don't know how old ladders are, but yeah. So basically, what it is, the superstition arose from a Christian belief in the Holy Trinity, since a ladder on a wall or something would form a triangle, and apparently breaking a triangle was thought to be blasphemous.
I mean, that's a fucking stretch, isn't it?
Triangle, walking under it, you're breaking a triangle.
Right, okay. Right? I had no idea that's where that came from.
I know, right? I'm glad I taught you something today. It also resembles medieval gallows. You don't want to walk through those, do you?
No.
So again, it's like safety, yeah, or the religious. So that's why we don't walk under ladders, babes.
Right. Okay. Don't want to break the triangle.
Don't want to break the triangle. Don't want to end up getting your outfit ruined. We're not doing that today. So let's just keep on avoiding ladders. I'm going to do that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, because our outfits are always super cute and we never want them ruined. Yes.
Plus, we spent money on these outfits. I don't want it to be ruined.
Yeah.
That's bad luck.
Great. So that's one I'm going to carry on doing. Avoiding ladders. Yep.
Black cats crossing your path. So this is just a common one. This is the one that I've stuck to. And I actually have a black cat tattooed. Oh, this could actually be the cover of the episode. So I've got a black cat with a number 13 next to it. So I've just totally gone against that one. But apparently, in ancient Egypt, they loved cats. They saw them as like gods and stuff, right? They loved them. However, if a black cat crossed your path, it was deemed as bad luck.
Do you know what's really weird about this one? In the States, it's good luck. But why is it bad luck?
Well, I think this stems from Christianity. You know how witches would have their familiars? Often it was seen as black cats were their familiars. So if a witch's familiar crossed your path,
they were probably nearby.
Yeah, and could be like cursing you. I don't know. You could be, I don't know, whatever. Or the familiar could go back and be like, this bitch looked at me funny. So do your thing. So people just avoided black cats because of that. Silly, right?
And to this day, animal shelters struggle to rehome black cats.
Yes. I've seen online that there's actually like black cat sanctuaries. And I've always loved black cats.
I know.
Black cat myself.
I used to have one as well, and she was adorable. I have a tattoo of an 8-ball, but it represents my black cat. But yes. Because her name was Ocho, and so we have a little 8-ball. Ocho being 8 in Spanish.
Cute.
I know. It's got kitten ears. The 8-ball has little kitten ears. And then there's some fire just because fire's cool.
Yeah, fire is cool.
So
yeah, that sounds very witchy. I bet if someone saw that, they'd be like, some kind of fire goddess, witchy lady.
I get mistaken for a fire goddess all the time. So yeah, probably.
Oh, well, that's a good mistake to make. They're gonna
okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too. Okay, so another one. A rabbit's foot would bring you luck. Now, I don't know about this because I'm like, why would you really just want an actual rabbit's foot? It's just like a piece of a dead animal just swinging around. I mean, it's not a fancy coat or anything practical. It's just a foot. Do you know anyone that's got a rabbit's foot? Have you ever seen a rabbit's foot?
I feel like I have seen one. I'm vegetarian, so I do not have a rabbit's foot, and I've had rabbits before. So this one is like, so why would that be lucky? I mean, clearly not lucky for the rabbits. So,
well, a rabbit's foot is used as a talisman. Do you know about talismans?
Yes. Yeah.
So basically, to ward off bad vibes, evil, whatever. But the whole concept of rabbit's foot derived from hoodoo, which is a form of African American folk magic and superstition that blends Native American, European and African tradition. So I guess the whole just having a rabbit's foot, I'd have to look into spells and stuff, and I don't think we should be sharing hoodoo stuff on your podcast, just in case I'm being superstitious here. But yeah, it's supposed to bring you good luck. I'm sure I've read before that also a chicken's foot brings good luck, and you should have them in your car hanging up. It just wards off bad vibes, whatever, but it also brings you good vibes. So chickens and rabbits, although they're very cute or whatever, having a piece of their thing cut off is good for humans, apparently.
Well, I also presume that those are parts of the meat, because obviously people eat chicken and they eat rabbit. I'm going to presume that they're parts of the animal that you don't eat. And so I guess I quite like using all the parts of if you're going to kill an animal, to make sure you use all the parts.
True. Yeah. But I've never actually seen, when I heard this one, I've heard it before, but it's not really something I've seen. I wouldn't even think, what does a rabbit's foot look like? On a rabbit, yes, but decapitated.
Defootitated, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just look like a little hairball, to be honest. Almost like a pom-pom, because it's only like that long.
Oh.
Yeah. Like you would need to be told what it was.
Well, yeah, so sorry, but that's not really something I'm gonna have. There's other ways of bringing good luck into your lives than actually using parts of animals, possibly. Yeah. So we'll leave that one. The next one, breaking a mirror. Now, I never knew the background of this, but I have heard, if you break a mirror, you are literally just going to have bad luck. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah. 7 years bad luck?
Yes. It is.
I mean, obviously it's bad luck. It's bad luck when you break any of your own shit, obviously. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Mm-hmm. But where does the 7 years?
So 7 is associated with good luck. So for some reason, breaking a mirror, that 7 years turns into bad luck. You get the bad luck if you touch a piece of broken mirror.
Even if someone else broke it?
I think so, yeah. It makes sense. It's transferable. So I guess if someone has broken a mirror, don't touch it. Let that person who's already got their 7 years bad luck deal with their bad luck and dispose of it themselves. But just obviously make sure they're okay.
For the next 7 years, they might need you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there is a way to get rid of that bad luck if you want to hear it.
Yes, always.
Right. So if you touch a piece of broken mirror, grinding the mirror shards into powder and put it on a tombstone, that rids the 7 years of bad luck.
That's so weird. I've never heard that.
Yeah. It was time to grind a mirror into shards of powder, into powder, and then find a tombstone. And then surely, it depends on the tombstone, really, because imagine you found a tombstone with someone that did very naughty things or really bad things, and then you happen to do that. This is why I don't play with that stuff. There must be hidden rules and stuff. You have to know what you're doing and do it properly.
It would be the weirdest use of my Thermomix.
Oh yeah, you'd have to throw away that Thermomix. You'd have to. Yeah. No food. Yeah, because obviously the safety aspect. But then going into superstitions, like, well, there was broken glass in that.
Yeah. All right. Just don't break the glass in the first place, because
just be very careful. And obviously it's not a good look anyway, because you need mirrors and stuff. If you break it, that's money down the drain. Also safety first, like the ladders. Okay, so this is one I do all the time, and I hear people do it all the time, but I never knew why. Touch wood.
Do you know what I saw on Amazon? So, I didn't know it existed, but Amazon recommended it to me. Maybe it heard us talking about how we're going to do this. Little slabs of wood, little pieces of wood that were on stickers and magnets so that you could put them up places where you don't have wood, so that you always have a bit of wood to touch wood if you need to touch wood.
I mean, I'm all for people making that money, making that cash, but come on, that goes a bit far. You will find wood anywhere. Like, surely you don't have to buy a piece of wood to stick it to.
I know. Like, what does your house look like if you don't have wood somewhere in the room?
Metal.
Yeah, metal, concrete, glass, like one of those sort of uber modern places, or like
an LA pad.
Yeah, I don't have any wood to touch now. Those people.
Exactly. Yeah. So I wouldn't be doing that. But I do. It's like, you're out for drinks or something and someone says something. Oh, I've got a new job offer. Touch wood. And you're just like, okay, all right. Taken aback because you just threw me off with that little superstitious stuff.
Where the hell did that come from?
It comes from old myths, you see. So the fixation on wood may come from old myths about good spirits in trees. And also the association with the Christian cross.
Oh.
So again, there's a splice of Christian stuff. But I don't know, it's quite spiritual nature. When you hug a tree, you feel like, a bit
grounding.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're getting like that positivity, that good stuff. And trees are... Obviously, you get a good tree. It's not you don't do it with new trees. Old trees, when they're like hundreds of years old, they've seen so much history and just got so much in them. Surely they're absorbing all the energy that's happened around them for years and years and years. And only good people hang around with trees, right? So we've got a bit of that energy too. So that's where
I like that one. I like the little mix of Christianity and pagan beliefs and nature.
Crossovers, because I'm like, that kind of strengthens the case or the argument, I feel. If religious something has, got elements of something else, then you're like, well, there's two things that believe in that.
Yeah.
So it must be true.
I love when some kind of either a superstition or a myth or storyline or type of character pops up in different cultures, different religions, different time periods. Holy water, for example, is one where almost every culture, religion, whatever, has different beliefs about holy waters, whether it's springs or, baptism water or whatever. So I like that kind of stuff when it pops up in different places. Because then you're like, well, can they all be wrong?
Exactly. So yeah, sometimes, I like those kind of stories. Right. So next one, another good luck thing. Crossing your fingers.
And we're not talking about crossing your fingers because you're lying.
No,
that's a different.
Yeah, that's like, no, this is actually doing it for luck. So crossing one finger over the other for people that are listening and cannot see, who have not signed up to your amazing Patreon.
Patreon.com/We Knew the Mood.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Can I make a guess? Yeah, you're missing out all the hand gestures.
Yep.
Can I make a guess that this is cross related?
As in religious cross?
As in the Christian cross?
Yeah, it came from that, my love.
Yeah.
Christians just really, I don't know what it is.
I mean, for people who are not really into their magic, supposedly, and that kind of stuff, they're very witchy woo-woo in a lot of their beliefs, aren't they?
They absolutely are. And like, when they say not to, don't know if it's a commandment or just one of the rules, like not to pray to statues or anything like that. Or
to worship other idols. Yep, one of the commandments.
Oh, that's other idols. So you're allowed to worship our idols or their idols.
You're allowed to worship. Speaking of triangles, you're allowed to worship God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, but you're not allowed to You're not allowed to worship basically all the pagan gods that they used to have. But then it's weird because then you have the gray area of the saints, because people do pretty much worship the saints, pray to the saints, ask for the saints for miracles and this, that, and the other.
Yeah. Crossing your fingers does derive from there. So it's like a symbol of good luck.
Okay. It's weird, though. Can we go back to the cross? Because it's obviously such a morbid symbol, the cross and crucifixion being a way that was commonly used for a lot of different people for torture and execution, basically, slow, painful execution.
Yeah.
And I know that Christians have it as the sign of the cross as like remembering that Jesus died for your sins and what you have to, what you've committed to as a Christian, et cetera, et cetera. It's just really weird when people make it into like pretty jewelry with diamonds and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, like a lot of people died on that, babes.
Yeah.
It's essentially like, a form of torture, an actual form of torture.
So I get it. I get when you have, and you know, I'm obviously not a practicing Christian, but I can understand having the wooden ones around the house. My aunt had a really scary one in one of homes.
Why was it scary?
It was terrifying. Bear in mind that I would look at this since I was a child. Some of the crosses actually have Jesus on it, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he's nailed to it.
Wearing a little loincloth, covered in blood dripping from his hands, his feet, tortured face. So I don't like that, but I can understand, because that is like, look, this happens. Yeah. This is what you have to make sure you remember and follow and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm a bit confused when it's all like bling, bling crosses, because it is an implement of torture. Your savior died on this cross.
I'm not laughing.
But it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
True.
It's just weird.
What? So is it your aunt that had that in her house?
Yeah.
The wooden one? So she's doing it properly. She's like, look,
this is serious.
What he did. You see, he did this for us.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking bad thoughts, you look at him, because he did not die for you to disobey. And then there's people like all blingy, like rap stars with their diamonds. It's like, yeah, this cost me like a 20,000 million. I got it from George the jeweler. And then they're like shooting up people and it's like wearing this cross. So it's like, you're not really taking it seriously, guys.
You're not really living the Christian lifestyle.
No.
But what I was coming around to was that I therefore am confused why the cross is seen as a sign of good luck, i.e. crossing your fingers for good luck.
Yeah. So
it seems thoroughly unlucky to have the cross in your vision.
I hope no one's offended from listening to this podcast, but I think hardcore Christians would not be listening to your podcast.
No, I lost them long ago.
Target market. Yeah, it's fine.
Trump supporters, intolerant religious people of any belief, they're long gone.
Racist. Yeah, no one that's not open-minded. But yeah, I was just about to say, so imagine if, suppose the cross didn't exist and there were other forms. And then imagine the symbol was completely different. Like, I don't know, one of those things that come down and chop your head off.
Oh, the guillotine. Imagine we were all wearing bling, bling guillotines.
Yeah. Or your aunt just had a guillotine.
Over the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, covered in blood, stuff, and a basket at the bottom, you know, that's where the thing goes.
Speaking of implements of torture, there is, so, you know, I'm half Belgian and I would often go to Ghent where my uncle lives. And they have a really cute castle there. But in the castle, they've got a museum of torture, or at least a part of their museum is specialized in the torture.
Like it was used for this.
Yeah, exactly. Because that happened. So there was one instrument of torture that I remember because I was just like, that's so horrible. Imagine.
Something to do with genitals, probably.
It starts there. So it was a triangle, like a wooden triangle. And you were put on it. This is where your Patreon subscription will really help.
I think I know where you're going. I think I've seen one of those. Go on.
Straddling this wooden triangle, this wooden like vault thing. And then they would put more and more weights hanging off your feet. So obviously your genitals are first affected, but they would literally keep on adding weight until your body split in half on this triangle. So imagine if that was what we had on our walls.
Just a triangle of doom.
Yeah.
Covered in guts and I've seen
with the little Jesus standing over it.
Oh no.
Oh. So yeah, it is really strange, isn't it? It's strange when you think about it.
Yeah, but humans are so just weird. It's like, who actually thought of that and was like, guys, listen, I have got the most wickedest, baddest in both senses way of punishment and torture and killing. Guys, listen to this. Who said yes? And who was like, bravo.
Well done. That is awesome. Do you know what? I think it's a similar mind to the kind of people that think up those Total Wipeout courses or Strongman events. Have you ever watched Strongman events? They're so random. It's like,
I've seen clips.
Let's see how high they can throw this keg, or let's see how high let's put them in a car, but then they stand up and they carry the car as far as they can go. I fucking love Strongman.
Honestly.
And then you got like Total Wipeout where they're like, we'll put inflatable balls and they have to jump over them. It's the same kind of mind, except the people that come up with the torture devices, they are evil, the evil version, right?
It's true.
Because it's so creative and random. Torture devices. Horrendous.
And obviously they had to test it out. Obviously they probably did it on a bad person. They had a bad person.
Loads of people they could test out on.
But yeah, just horrific. I wouldn't be one of those people that went to watch. Absolutely not. And I'd be telling my kids, you are not going. You are not.
But, in a lot of those societies where they're doing this sort of thing, if you didn't go, it was noted because it was seen as an act of
defiance.
You didn't support it if you didn't go.
Then I'd be seen as like a witch and then they'd come for me. All right. So I'd go. If it's modern day, I'd go wear sunglasses and close my eyes so they didn't know.
But yeah, it's horrendous because people were scared not to go.
Gosh.
And also it was seen as entertainment in a lot of places. So,
so horrible. Like boxing. This is another boxing. I don't understand why you want to go watch someone get beaten up, blood all over their face and pass out. It's a form of entertainment. Some people get off watching people be in pain. Maybe that's why I like horror movies. I don't know.
You like horror movies? I have a lot of people questioning why I'm so obsessed with like true crime. And it's like,
oh yeah,
it's
interesting.
It's fascinating. It's interesting. But it's weird because it is a form of entertainment, which makes me feel like, oh, am I glorifying it? Or, and it's not that I'm like, ooh, haha, they died.
Oh, no.
But a lot of people don't understand that either, No,
it's true. But do you sometimes feel really, really sad for the people and you're like, oh yeah,
all the time.
That is so sad. I feel so bad for you.
Yeah. Like every single crime, I'm like, but I think for me, it's a bit of an anxiety thing where I like to know worst case, what can happen.
Yeah. So I was going to say that. So so it's a way for you to be safe because if you know that these people exist, then you can also be prepared and not just be naive. Do you know, there's one thing I don't do. It doesn't actually derive from a true crime, although they may have got it from something that happened. Silence of the Lambs. So the girl that got kidnapped.
Buffalo Bill is actually, there are some elements of that are based on.
Oh. Is this how he kidnapped her though? Helping some man get something sofa into a van. You go in first. Absolutely not, mate. I will stand here and I'll find someone else and be like, excuse me, can you just help that man? Yeah, I can't.
I know. I've got a bad back. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's very common technique by a lot of serial killers. Ted Bundy used to have like cast on his leg or his arm and ask people for help. So he would very much put himself in a position of like, I'm a defenseless person who needs help. I'd be like, absolutely not.
No, don't. No. I was going to say, so it's not like I randomly turn down people that are trying to struggle with furniture. I don't really see them. But if I see a big van and I'm walking, I will cross over or walk around it in the street. I'm not going anywhere near that van for someone to be pulling me in and I'm never seen again. And I'm like stolen, living under someone's bed for the next 40 years. Absolutely not.
I'm in total agreement. And if you're listening to this thinking that sounds excessive, then you're probably not a girl who's ever had to walk on her own in the street.
No,
if you are, you know, I'm not saying that men are not victims of crimes, but
statistically,
to be honest, we're more vulnerable a lot of the time, and vulnerable to specific types of things. I would also recommend that all men or non-binaries also stay away from any vans. No, it's just want to put it out there. But
everyone stay away from vans. Let's all just start a thing where we cross over and don't help people remove their furniture.
Yeah, don't help anyone ever, and you should be fine.
Then you stay safe. Stay safe.
And lock your doors.
Exactly.
Anyway, superstitions.
All right. Superstitions. Probably superstitious walking around vans, but for good reason, safety. The next one. No open umbrellas inside your house.
Right. Yes.
That brings bad luck. Right?
Yeah. But why is this?
Okay. So someone said safety, probably me. You might poke someone in the eye. Okay, but it doesn't come from that. But I'm like, you know, open umbrellas, you could just knock something over or break something. A mirror.
Yeah, then we're double fucked. I was going to ask, is it because properties in this country are so tiny that you literally don't have space to open up an umbrella in your hallway?
Well, if you live in London, that's the whole place just done. Just won't fit. Especially those massive umbrellas that I've got, the rainbow ones from Flying Tiger.
It'd be like inflating a dinghy inside, you know, where you're just like,
oh my gosh, game over.
Yeah.
But the origins of open umbrellas in your house are a bit murky, apparently. Some say legends come from an ancient Roman woman who opened an umbrella moments before her house collapsed, and a tale of a British prince who accepted 2 umbrellas from a visiting king and died within months. Even though it didn't really happen like straight afterwards, and then like it wasn't.
How did they trace it back? Oh, it must be those umbrellas he got 2 months ago.
It's like with a detective or whoever does the investigation. So how did the house collapse or burn down or whatever? And it's like, well, she did open up an umbrella in her house.
Case closed.
Right. And then the king, who died within months of receiving 2 umbrellas that he opened, I guess. That is why he died, guys. That's why he died, because he opened up 2 umbrellas in his house.
I mean, again, that feels like a bit of a stretch.
But imagine you like poisoned the king, and then you're like, no. Do you know what? Don't bother to test his blood or anything. I heard that he opened up 2 umbrellas in his house. Oh, case closed, guys. He's like, yeah, got away with it. Yeah. The umbrella story got me out of it, guy.
I'm going to totally use this every time I get in trouble. Must be an umbrella.
Maybe we should is there anyone you don't like? We can just top him off and then just take to the police. Well, I did hear he opened an umbrella in his house.
Yeah.
All right.
No mystery here.
Umbrellas. The next one, which is a common one, which so many people will go to great lengths to avoid: surgery on this date, flying on this date, doing anything good on this date. Friday the 13th. And going back to my tattoo, remember, I'm doubly going against this. So I don't know about you, but I don't know. I just find the number 13 aesthetically pleasing. It just looks like, I don't know what it is. Maybe that's some kind of past life. Maybe I was a witch or something and did something on the Friday the 13th with all my black cats.
I love the number 13. I love Friday the 13th. I love this film, Friday the 13th.
You just reminded me. So this black cat tattoo, I actually got on Friday the 13th.
Did you get it at a discount? Because my local tattooist does discounts on Friday 13th.
Yeah, it was a whole sheet of spookiness, and I chose the cat, and I was like, black cat, Friday 13th, let's do this. And it was actually, saying that, maybe she was a witch, the only tattoo I did not feel, I swear. And it's like, for those who can't see and know about tattoos, it's just
that's a painful place, though.
Yeah, painful place, but also it's all black and all filled in. And when they have to go over the black, you're like, please, you've done it already. this didn't hurt at all. She's a witch, blatantly.
Tattoo witch.
But yeah, for the superstition, the fear of Friday the 13th seems fairly new, dating back to the late 1800s, which people referring to the late 1800s as new makes me feel quite young, because when kids are like, oh yeah, you were born in 82, that was like the olden days when you had black and white TV. Please, I am still young. But Friday has been considered an unlucky day going back to Christianity because Jesus died on a Friday.
Oh, well, you know what? Dee was born on a Friday. Friday child, yeah.
I was born on a Thursday. I like Thursdays.
Thursday's the new Friday.
Right? Thursday's the new Friday, so we just party from Thursday, go into Friday. It's all good.
And then carry on during the weekend. Might as well.
Yeah. So a psychologist at Cornell University, his name is Thomas, I don't know if I can pronounce this, Thomas Gilovich. He just said, basically, some people think if anything bad happens to you on Friday the 13th, people will remember it because of the association with that day. And therefore, will carry that on and be like, oh, it's a bad day because such and such happened to me.
Yeah, when really bad shit's happening to you all the time.
Every day, babes. Every day.
That's life.
Right? Right.
Yeah, I like that theory. You don't go, oh, this shit thing happened to me, so it must be because it's Tuesday the 18th.
Tuesday the 18th of November, 1964, such and such happened. So forevermore, it will be a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, 13, I just wanted to look it up because I have got some other superstitions from around the world. And I'll go through those quickly. But I did want to see number 13's angel number. Because remember I said I like the number 13. I'm drawn to it. It's aesthetically pleasing. And you said you like the number 13 as well. So let me see. Number 13 angel number means. Right. The number 13 represents the combined energy of the numbers 1 and 3. It's a number with a strong symbolism and has great power. Okay. So number 1 has a vibration of new ideas, new beginnings, progress, and individuality, whilst the number 3 symbolizes passion, motivation, optimism, self-expression, inspiration. And the number 3 is also associated with ascended masters.
Got an episode coming up on ascended masters.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good. Containing the energies of these two numbers, the number 13 can signify our renewed passion and motivation. It also symbolizes tradition, organization, judgment, and hard work. So people associated with the number 13 as their personal number are usually very traditional, good organizers, and hard workers.
That's us. I love a spreadsheet. You know that about me.
Right. Same. I love being organized. We're very hardworking.
Ugh,
we're good
so
people,
hard.
Good vibes, positivity. Yeah. And we motivate each other and others.
I hope so.
Got number 13 on me before even knowing that.
Yeah. Well, you were intuitively drawn to it.
Right. It's like going back to our episode when we were talking about fire and everything like that, candle work. Yeah. I said I'm always drawn to fire, and then we actually found out about it, and I'm like, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get a fire tattoo, and I need to get a 13 tattoo.
True. That's true. Yeah. Has to be done nicely, though.
Yeah, we were just talking about how you should come visit me so we can do a little field trip to my tattooist because he's really good.
Good. Flames. Ooh. Do you know what? I have seen some finger tattoos with flames.
Ooh, like going across?
Like going up like that.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Nice,
okay, I need to do this. I need to do it. Right. You've just designed my next tattoo. We'll
all
get
right,
this done.
Cool.
All right. So, wait, didn't we talk about tattoos as well? Ink rituals. Yeah, that was that episode as well.
We always talk about tattoos. Look at us. We fucking talk about them all the time. If we're not talking about them, we're doing them.
We're going to be covered by the time we're 80. Okay, so do you want to hear some superstitions from around the world?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Right. I've never heard of this one, but you may have. Never say happy birthday too early.
Nope, never heard of that.
No. Okay, good. Okay. So celebrating or even congratulating someone on their birthday before the actual date arrives brings bad luck. And that's a Russian superstition. And I guess that's kind of going into jinxing, isn't it?
Like in case they don't make it.
Well, apparently, yeah, I guess. I assume some people have like celebrated their birthday and didn't actually make that birthday.
Oh, well, this would be a really good one for me to incorporate because I always forget people's birthday. It's not that I forget their birthday. I will remember your birthday is on that date, but I often forget what day it is.
Yes. And then you like the birthday comes and goes if you don't do anything with them. And that's usually more common as we get older.
So now I could be like, oh, sorry, I was adopting the Russian tradition of not telling you happy birthday too early in case you didn't make it.
Yeah. And I prefer someone to be like, happy belated birthday rather than jinxing my birthday celebration and actually arriving on that date. So yeah, never say happy birthday too early unless you specifically want to jinx someone and you're bad vibes and you're like, happy birthday. It's only January. I know.
I'm going to tell you every day until your birthday in September.
Right, exactly. So yeah, there's that one. Ooh. Don't place two mirrors, although it sounds like fun, opposite each other. So I don't know if you ever put two mirrors together, you'd get this forever tunnel thing.
I'm thinking of lifts and fun houses. House of mirrors.
Oh, yes. Oh, so maybe you shouldn't go in a fun house then.
But they're fun by name and nature. But yeah, lifts, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably the only place I've seen them and fun houses, but I don't really tend to go in fun houses. But yeah, lifts. Or when you're taking a picture of yourself and there's a mirror so you can see the front and back.
Oh, and when you go to the hairdresser and they show you the back of your head.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we got to stop them doing that. I'll be like, nah, don't want to look.
No.
I'll get someone to take a picture and show me. Don't put that mirror.
What have I ever done to you? So what, is that bad luck then?
That's considered bad luck. So this comes from Mexico. It's not necessarily considered bad luck, but facing mirrors opens a doorway for the devil.
Oh, but that sounds like fun.
I know, right? He's coming out of fun things. Why would you say that he'd come out of fun things?
And I just got my hair did, so...
Right?
Yeah.
Looking all nice and stuff.
Yeah, perfect time to go hit the town with the devil.
He's coming out of fun houses. Why would he come out always there when it's all great and people laugh? I guess, yeah. So, no, don't place two mirrors opposite each other.
Okay.
Is that right? This one is from Japan. Never stick your chopsticks straight up.
Oh, like in your rice or something?
Yeah, so poking chopsticks down into your food is a big no-no, apparently. So the utensils, the chopsticks themselves, look like the unlucky number 4, which means if you see a 4 in Japan, death, and also the incense sticks used at funerals. So I guess it's just like encouraging death.
I was going to say chopsticks don't look like the number 4, but then I realized it's probably in Japanese, the number 4 in Japanese, right?
Right. Yeah, because babes, English language doesn't take over everywhere, you know. Come on. Yeah. But also it's very rude to point your chopsticks at anyone. So don't do that either. For
the same reason, I guess?
I guess so. Yeah. But it's just rude, isn't it? But then it's like, would you point a knife at someone? That's quite rude. Like a serving.
Even your finger. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rude too. So yeah, just don't do it. Okay. So the next one is a Filipino tradition called pagpag, I think. Sorry if you're Filipino and I pronounced that wrong. I get my words muddled up and everything, etc. And
we can barely speak English, so please don't judge us.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
I would say that English is not my native language, but it is. It shouldn't be, but it is. Anyways, so this Filipino tradition called pagpag, don't go home right after a funeral.
Oh, wait, I have. Is this because the devil or the spirits might follow you home?
Yeah, well done, Dee. Yeah. I was thinking that too. I thought when I read it, I was like, well, it makes sense because, you know, this spirit might be like absolutely not accepting the fact that they're not gone. They might not know they've gone and be like, I'm just going to follow you home. It's okay. Oh, well, you can't answer back, so I'll just come with you anyway. Then they might just be really annoying and throw stuff around the house, throw tantrums and stuff, and just make your life a living hell. So in Filipino traditions, in the Philippines, mourners will often go to a restaurant or just go to the shops just in case. They won't go home straight away.
I like the idea of clearing the energy and, you know, putting a stop to the event. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, just having a little bit of a break.
Yeah, before you get home and taking that energy with you to your home.
Bookmarking it. I don't know.
Leaving it where it should be, outside your house, because your house is your sanctuary. You don't want to bring negativity there. You're going to have to smudge more, and that's very expensive, can be. So yeah, I think I'm going to start doing that. I think I've probably just gone home straight after every single funeral, because they're usually late, aren't they? When you have like the thing afterwards.
The wake. But maybe they're counting the wake.
I don't know.
Maybe, but maybe. I mean, when they go to a restaurant after and stuff, maybe going to the wake is the workaround of not going directly home.
True. Yeah, true. Maybe that's why you have the wake and stuff. I guess the last funeral I went to, we did go to like respectful drinks afterwards. So I didn't come straight home. I think that spirit would have been very confused if they came home with me. They didn't really know me, so yeah.
Like, this is weird of all the people there. How am I here?
I know. Why choose me? I know I'm fun, but still, you'd be very bored at my house.
Well, you've got the nicest house, probably.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Oh, this one was good. This is from Lithuania. Mm-hmm. Whistling indoors. Don't do it. Do you want to have a guess why? Because you guessed the other one right.
Are you summoning spirits?
Close, yeah, basically. Whistling while you're working in Lithuania, because if you're working inside, you know, you
Oh, wait, I know. It makes you into a dwarf.
That word, but yes and no. Maybe you're doing the Disney.
I'm making a reference to the Seven Dwarves whistling while they work.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll accept that. Okay. So anyway, whistling indoors is believed to summon demons. Even if it's a cheery tune that's stuck in your head that you love, or, you know, a favorite 90s cartoon theme song, which was epic back in those days. Just don't do it, because you're like saying demons come, which is weird, again, because you're doing something cheerful and fun, and that's when the demons come.
And why? Why would they come for whistling and not like singing or humming?
Maybe, do you know what? Maybe not everyone can whistle. So maybe someone just couldn't whistle and was just getting really bummed out a bit about it because all their friends could whistle. Was like, do you know what? I don't even want to whistle, because when you whistle, it summons demons. So you lot are actually in the wrong and I'm okay. But really, I just can't whistle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're summoning a demon.
Right?
I also totally know why my singing doesn't summon anyone to the yard.
Keep them away?
Yeah.
But that one did make me think, because there are like horror movies where people are whispering and it can be a bit eerie, don't you think?
Whistling?
Obviously, it depends on what you're whistling. Yeah. It's like, you know, was it? Oh, I can't remember the film. It's a Jordan Peele film where they had the red jumpsuits. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. But basically, the soundtrack, they slowed down. I got 5 on it, which is a really upbeat song. And when they slowed it down, it's like, oh, it sounds really scary. Isn't it? So then, you know, you can make some things sound a bit ominous that you would never think could. So imagine like some kind of murdering someone, and I'm sure there's been films where a murderer's come into a house and they just start whistling and you're like, oh, this is actually quite scary.
No, I can totally see how some kind of whistlings can be creepy.
Okay. Oh, this is going back to the mirror one. Oh, it doesn't say where it's from. Sorry. But I'm going to say it anyway. Don't get your hair cut on a Tuesday. Oh, no, it's from India. Sorry, it is from India. It's considered bad luck based on an Indian legend to get your hair cut on a Tuesday. So no transformation Tuesday haircuts
in
on
India.
Instagram.
I wonder if they just close salons on a Tuesday.
That was it, because I live in Colchester. So they keep some traditions, and when I first moved up here, and I think some of them do now. You know how some shops would close on a Monday to do their accounts? They're not open on a Monday. So, yeah, they close and do their accounts on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe they're like, oh, we really need an admin day. How can we fix this without looking like we're
right? So let's just make a tradition, some kind of folklore, and then people just stop coming on Tuesday. It's really busy, and I just need a break.
I need to do the rota and payroll.
Exactly. So yeah, cancel your appointments if it's on a Tuesday. I'm gonna remember all these superstitions now, these extra superstitious, and just be like, oh, guys, sir, I can't take you to get your hair cut on Tuesday. Not
today.
Yeah. Okay, so in Portugal, it's considered bad luck to walk backwards.
Okay.
Don't walk backwards, even though it does sound like fun. Maybe.
But I mean, how often is this relevant?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a situation where you would walk backwards. Maybe if someone cut in front of you and you just took a step. Where's a step back? I don't know.
I feel like it's the kind of thing they made you do in PE class, and then that's the last time any of us have ever done it.
Maybe
but what did
people,
maybe like over. Portugal? Yeah, maybe they had like a huge problem of people just walking backwards
into ladders.
So they're like, right, guys, how do we fix this? So
mirrors.
I mean, again, for health and safety reasons, I can see why walking backwards is not ideal. But what is the superstitious reason for this then?
So apparently the belief is that you're showing the devil which way you're going.
Are you not doing that more by walking forward to your actual destination?
So maybe whilst he's in the gates of hell, in his happy place, he can't see people that are walking forwards because they're just doing their normal lives. But maybe somehow there's like a glass portal or vision that he can get when people do what they're not supposed to do, like walking backwards or whistling. And that's when he can actually see you, he or she or they. So don't walk backwards, because then that will give him a little vision and it will exactly see where you are, pinpoint you, and just do mean
like
stuff.
Dropping a pin on Google Maps.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't do that, people. Yeah.
Okay. Easy one for following.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've only got 3 left, but I think they've been pretty good so far.
Oh, they're amazing.
I hope everyone's writing these down so you can live your lives authentically.
And not accidentally summon a demon. Yeah.
Which is obviously very hard. Very easy to do.
I know. I always tell people, it's really difficult. Like when people ask questions on how to smudge and this, that, and the other, I'm like, it's really actually quite difficult to summon a demon by accident. So don't worry about doing it wrong and like you're going to fuck up your life. But now I might have to change my advice, because with all these superstitions, I feel like very easily I could call the devil and someone else could.
100%. It's not about just playing with Ouija boards and inviting them in that way. Like that's very obvious, but yeah. Write down these superstitions. Right. Oh, you did say this. In the Netherlands, you shouldn't sing at the dinner table.
I'm trying to think whether that's a weird.
But it's a belief from a different country. Remember, we are very
I lived in Holland, and I'm just trying to imagine.
But remember, these are very old superstitions. It could have just been an olden thing that they don't do anymore. Because imagine you've got a birthday. People would sing around the table.
Right. I was trying to think of a scenario where people are singing at a table. And I guess if they're very musical or someone's birthday. But one thing I do know of Holland and the Netherlands is that it was at certain points very puritanical society where singing in general was frowned upon. So maybe it's like hangover from that.
Yes.
Sugar, singing, dancing, all of that was very no. They were very conservative Puritan society. Yeah.
So why would you do that? Just in your house or just not at all?
Not at all. So perhaps it's kind of leftover from that.
That makes sense. So apparently singing again.
Summons the devil, let me guess.
Singing your favorite tune means you're singing to the devil for your food. So it's specifically at the dinner table with food. So it's like you're singing to the devil, thanking him. And he's like, oh, you're singing to me. Okay, I'll come. We'll be besties. It's like, no, I was just singing. I didn't mean to call you. I wasn't singing to you. Like, I know you didn't
really love this song. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the opposite of saying grace.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. It's weird. So you sit and you say things to thank specifically for the food. But then if you just happen to sing, the devil's like, oh, that's me.
I'll take credit. I done that.
Talking to me.
Yeah.
So maybe if you're going to sing at the table, maybe just say, first of all, or within the songs we definitely hear, because maybe he doesn't hear it before, because remember, it's when you're doing certain stuff, he's like, who's talking to me? Within the song, say, I'm not singing to the devil. You are not included in this.
This is specifically for someone else.
Yeah. And this is why we don't have hit singles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would be called Song to Sing at the Dinner Table so that the devil doesn't think that you're thanking him for your food.
Right. So incorporate that into your happy birthday songs.
Yeah.
Don't chew gum at night.
This ancient tradition.
I mean, so if you're going to the club, you're going on a date at night, you just want to freshen up your breath, just use a spray or some mints, not gum. Not gum if you live in Turkey. So chewing gum at night
summons the devil.
Well, apparently it's the equivalent of chewing on the flesh of the dead.
Ew.
I know, right?
That makes me never want to chew gum again.
Wouldn't freshen your breath. It would do the absolute opposite.
Yeah. If you are Turkish or know more about this one, please, can you get in touch with us and explain how you've gone from extra spearmint to flesh of the dead?
Right. And the specific at night. So it's okay. During the day, it's fine. But I guess maybe the undead are out like at night or something. Well, not even undead. It's not zombies, is it? It's just dead people. Ew.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one.
Yeah. I see. It must be. Yeah. We're going into semantics. I'm like one of those kids in school. Like, so.
Yeah, but.
What if and how comes? Yeah, we can't do that about superstitions because I assume we'll just get bad luck if we question them too much.
No, I would love to understand them more.
Yeah, same. Imagine we could do like a whole master's degree on superstitions. Be so cool.
Yeah, it's called religious education.
Free. Okay. All right. So I know you're enjoying these.
I am.
But unfortunately, I've only got one left.
What are you going to ruin for me now?
Do you know what? This one I do. Let's say I live by it 95% of the time.
That 5% is the bit that's going to fuck you, though, you know? That's when you're going to summon your devil.
Well, maybe this is why. Okay, we'll talk about this. I'll let you know what it is first. So don't let your purse / handbag touch the floor. So have you heard that saying? Don't put your bag on the floor. You'll go broke.
Yes, I have. Now, I follow this 100% of the time because my mind boggles when I notice that women put their handbags down on the floor in the toilets, in the public toilets.
No.
What?
Do they do that?
Some people do.
Ew.
Ladies, if you do that, no judgment, but just stop immediately.
No judgment, but judgment.
I will, no judgment if you stop doing it right now, because the amount of fucking poo spores on your bag that you then carry around.
No. And then they probably put it on their kitchen table. So they've just transferred. This is why so many people got COVID, because there's people transferring poo spores which have no business on your kitchen table.
So
anyway,
yeah. Okay.
But then,
but yes, I have heard that if you put it on the floor, you won't get abundance and money and so forth. So do you know where that comes from?
So it's actually from Brazil. Putting your purse or wallet on the floor. I don't know why your wallet would be on the floor, but that would piss me off. That's happened before. Like it's falling out of my pocket. It means you'll become penniless. So basically, don't put your wallet or your purse or your bag on the floor. But going back to the toilet thing, I do get annoyed when there's no hooks.
Yes.
So then I have to be strategic and either hold it hovering, or what I do in local Starbucks, you know, when they've got the lock, the door lock, I strategically put it around there.
It's annoying. Please put hooks up. Put hooks up that are not cameras, so that we can put our handbags on.
Yeah. And I do like when you're at bars and stuff, when they have the hooks underneath the table. That's super cool, because as well, the whole thing of putting your bag on the floor and not putting your bag on the floor, again, is a safety thing. It's easy for someone to steal your bag.
And maybe that's part of it. You get penniless because you're a little bit careless with your money.
So that would be like instant karma, like instant superstitious bad luck when someone steals your bag.
Because I always remember the times, going back to my little pet peeve of handbags on the toilet floor. I remember going to a market once, and, you know, it was a farmer's market. So there was loads of like fruit and vegetables on these stands, the front of the market stall. And this woman was walking along, and her handbag, the bottom of her handbag was the right height to kind of brush along the top of these apples and stuff. And I was just like gagging in my mouth, because I was like, first of all, your stuff doesn't need to touch the food. But secondly, like, if that is one of those women that puts her handbag on the floor, or specifically toilet floors, she's literally wiping poo and pee spores all over this farmer's market, gorgeous produce.
And then there's people that don't wash their fruit as well. So just eating poo spores. Gagging. Horrible.
And that is how you get E. coli.
Right? Oh my gosh. Those are all my superstitions. I hope you learn a lot, and everyone now is going to be super superstitious.
Super superstitious. I love that, because we've all heard of so many. And I think superstitions is a great one, because I love it when someone goes, oh, I'm not like woo-woo, or I don't care about this, that, and the other. Yet they read their horoscopes and they have their own little superstitions that they follow.
Right.
And you're like, you're a little bit woo-woo. You're more than you want to admit.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm sure like 90% of the people I know are like, blah, 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 touch wood. Babes, you're superstitious. Hate to break it to you. Actually, love to break it to you.
Yeah. Don't lie. Sorry, not sorry, but you're one of us. I would love to hear from our listeners what superstitions they follow, which ones, you know, especially like ones we might not have heard of from different cultures. Fucking love those. And let us know. So thank you so much, Sareta, for joining us again. You're coming back later on in the season. We got a couple more episodes with you. Woo-hoo!
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I've had so much fun. I hope your listeners have too. And I'm looking forward to coming on some more episodes.
Me too.